Every year, an estimated 8 million babies are still born or died in the first month of life. Much of this happens in developed countries. One of them is Indonesia. Honorable of the judges and all of the audience, my name is Amalia and standing here, I would like to deliver my speech under the title, The Existence of Flying Healthcare as the Contributions of Youth in Decreasing Neonatal Mortality Rate. Ladies and gentlemen, based on the data in 2011, the number of neonatal mortality reached 466 cases, and the distribution of neonatal mortality is largely in isolated areas or remote areas which are already so far away from technology, education, and health. According to WHO, 79.4% of neonatal mortality occurred by the age of 7 days and 20.6% occurred in 8 until 28 days. The biggest question right now is, why was neonatal mortality in this area so high? This is due to the limited infrastructure, not getting adequate health services, the minimal cultural understanding is of course about field conditions. Therefore, it needs something from youth generations to overcome neonatal mortality rate. What is that? Yeah, flying healthcare is the answer. So what is flying healthcare and how the mechanism of flying healthcare to overcome neonatal mortality rate? Ladies and gentlemen, to answer the questions, first it is better to understand about the keyword of this case, flying healthcare and neonatal mortality rate. So what I can say to you that flying healthcare is a mobile health service for all people in isolated areas as a venue to serve their health. While neonatal mortality is a statistical rate of infant death during the first 28 days after live birth, expressed as the number of such deaths per 1,000 live birth in a specific geographic area or institutions in a given time. So is still questioning, how can flying healthcare can reduce neonatal mortality itself? To make up the not to be gained, here we have two arguments. First is about the essence of flying healthcare, and the second is about the mechanism of flying healthcare to overcome neonatal mortality rate. Brothers and sisters into the chapters. Let's do my first argument. Yeah. As we know that flying healthcare is a health service which performed by mobile health team, whereas exists and supply the health services with support from government. One team consists of doctors, nurses, and other medical personnel. They will visit in isolated areas for 3 months by providing 2 services. The flying healthcare's primary purpose is to provide health services for the community, while the other task is to provide training for the local cadres. With the training of the local cadres, it is hoped that after the flying healthcare team leaves the area, the trained cadres can continue to promote health and socialize preventive actions. It can provide 24-hour access to a dedicated, regionally based team of neonatal mortality specialists offering timely information and support, then emergency telephone triage, and of course, video assessment for all providers, patients, and residents that needing healthcare in rural and remote communities. Therefore, training on the cadres is needed for the community. On the other side, flying healthcare will leave the building if there will be money to build the building. So is it true that the existence of flying healthcare can reduce neonatal mortality itself? How can it be? Goes to my second argument, and it's about the mechanism of flying healthcare to overcome neonatal mortality rate. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cabinet Minister of Health said that the geographical conditions in isolated areas is very difficult. Although the ratio of health personnel with sufficient populations, the area is wide and difficult to pass so that there are so many people who have not been optimally served. From here, the role of youth as a nation's mobilizer emerged. For example, a team which consists of doctors, nurses, nutritionists, pharmacists, and medical students and other medical personnel such as Red Cross members doing a work placement in isolated areas for 3 months by traveling. And after their assignment, they were replaced by a new team. With this assignment patterns, the region was accompanied by health personnel throughout the year because after 3 months the year, the entire team will return to the provincial capital to evaluate and formulate future efforts in order to improve public health in isolated areas. Therefore, those in isolated areas, especially women, who step to earn adulthood, they will understand about when they marry and they take care of their baby from the first day until the first 28 days. So, neonatal mortality can be suppressed. So like I say to you, brother, sister, and educators, based on the clarifications, I believe that flying healthcare is truly the answer as the contributions of youth in decreasing neonatal mortality rate. In this way, at least there is new hope for improving public health in isolated areas or remote areas. Remember in my word, a small action is much important to decrease the problem when we have 1,000 youths in this country. Because the Dao De say that every day, as I see it, you do one of two things: build health or reduce disease in yourself. Well, that's all my speech. Thank you for nice attention. See you.